As of Season 11, Overwatch has a total of 40 heroes, consisting of 12 tanks, 18 DPS, and 10 supports. Now, obviously this doesn't include Juno, who has since dropped in the release of Season 12. And Hazard, of course, I haven't forgotten about him, but this video has taken me so long to make that I'm not redoing this, so here he is in all his glory. However, I think it's safe to say that I don't really know how to play all of Overwatch's heroes, let alone play them very well. With Season 11 coming to a close and the new season and Juno arriving just around the corner, I wanted to do something a bit different, get up to some shenanigans, cause a little mayhem, if you will, as opposed to streaming the usual ranked grind. So after having a chat with my pal Vixen and brewing up some more than devious ideas, we figured, hey, why not do something simple? Why don't we both try and get a win on every hero in the game? That'll be fun and easy, right? Right? Especially since this was my first Overwatch challenge and I'm no GM player, I didn't want to go balls to the wall and do something that I wouldn't be able to complete or that we'd struggle too much with. So something like getting a win on every hero seemed simple enough. I feel like some background is important here. I've been playing Overwatch for roughly around 3 years, I believe, with one of my first experiences of the game actually being on the Nintendo Switch, which, yeah, we're not going to talk about that. I was also always almost exclusively a quick play champion for a very long time. I only really picked up competitive when Overwatch 2 came out, and it's safe to say that I've come a long way since starting playing competitive, but I definitely have a long way to go in terms of my rank and progression. Overall, my preferred role is support, maining heroes such as Ana and Bap, although I feel semi-confident picking up most of the support roster. For DPS, I much prefer playing hitscan heroes, namely Ashe and Cass, but I also do enjoy playing Echo, Tracer and Sojourn. And then there's tank. Listen, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses. Mine just so happens to be tank. I've always struggled with this role, and I think at this point it's just a skill issue, like it's just giving I'm bad at the game. But when I have played tank, I have enjoyed playing Sigma, Junker Queen and Doomfist, with moderate to average success at times. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, my friend Vixen joined me for this challenge too, and Vixen is also a support main who maybe will play DPS when needed, but also never really touches tank. This of course is all relevant to the challenge, since we have to consider how our experience on each role and hero will ultimately affect the overall outcome and experience of the challenge itself. Which leads me on to one of the most important aspects of the challenge, which is of course the rules. Rule number 1, the challenge must be completed in competitive. I figured that getting wins on every hero would be far too easy in quick play, because you could be a 0 damage, 18,000 healing no speed Lucio in quick play and probably still pull a win out of your ass. Quick play is too casual and honestly just doesn't feel challenging enough, and if you lose a game then there's no real consequence. Likewise, people often leave quick play games, so this way if we play in competitive, there's less of a chance of someone leaving when we decide to throw their games by
playing a body shot bandit with her only enemy on city.
Rule number 2, no swapping. No matter how tough it gets, no matter how shitty we feel for essentially one tricking, we cannot swap. Considering how much of a taint scratcher counter-swapping has become as of late, this was the most difficult rule to follow. Forcing a pick that simply doesn't work is hard, but if we allowed ourselves a swapping loophole, this would not exactly be a challenge. Rule number 3. This was something I decided on the day that I actually started the challenge, but to make things fun, I had the idea to spin a wheel that would randomly select the role I would be playing each game. I thought that going through the list of heroes alphabetically and forcing that pick until I won might be a bit mind-numbing and boring, so I introduced the wheel to spice things up a bit, both for my own enjoyment and everyone else's. The wheel also had choices such as chat decides, best remaining hero, and worst remaining hero. With the rules out of the way, the last thing left to do was to create a spreadsheet so that we could track our progress. And shout out to Vixen here who really pulled through and made such an amazing spreadsheet. Really, I couldn't have done it without you. On this spreadsheet, we color-coded heroes by confidence level, as you can see here. This was so that at the end of the challenge, we could compare and discuss our expectations versus the actual outcome. This was also so that when I span the wheel, it could possibly land on best or worst remaining hero I had on the list. The rest of the spreadsheet tracked a whole bunch of other stuff, such as win rates, roll percentage, completion, play of the games, challenge completion, etc, etc. This was really awesome, and again I have to thank Vixen because the visuals of being able to see each hero checked off with a massive green tick just really filled my brain with the right levels of serotonin. And now with our wonderful alt accounts ready, it was time for... It's bronze 1 to plat 3. Oh, she's... Fuck you. Seriously? Woo! Straight through. No, 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 no! Guys, how the fuck do you play this hero? I can't! Guys. I'm fucking up so much. Oh my god. Right.
Nice.
Let's actually go back to the beginning of day 1. I thought maybe the most sensible thing to do on day 1 was to hop into the practice range and try and get a grasp of heroes I had quite literally never played before, and Wrecking Ball was the first. To figure out Wrecking Ball's movement, first of all, obviously he has his grapple, right? And then you slam. You can also hold space when grappled to pull yourself. Okay. How the fuck do you play Wrecking Ball? Besides not being a tank player, Ball's kit I found was too tough to learn as a beginner. I honestly just felt like a large ball sack swinging around and was honestly shitting myself thinking about how I was ever going to get a win on him. I actually got a lot of advice from chat, and obviously this was incredibly useful, especially as someone who rarely plays tank but also who has sub 1 hour on Wrecking Ball. Like, let's be for real, there's no way that I can speedrun and there's no way that I can speedrun my learning process for Wrecking Ball. Regardless though, that is exactly what I had to do, and I practiced and practiced, but it was still pretty rough. I also gave Genji a go in the practice range and it wasn't great. There's just something about these heroes with high mobility that I seem to really struggle with. Having learnt a lot anyway, it was time to play our first game. Location, Suravasa. I was on BAP and Vixen was on Wrecking Ball. Vixen on ball! Maybe I should play... Let's go BAP. Okay, first game of the day. Let's hope it's a fucking win. Got a soldier over there. Sensei with Giki! Okay, we lost that point, but it's fine, I guess. What? Oh great, now they've gone Sombra. Huge. Mercy, get back! Get back! Okay. I never had a doubt. This game was pretty easy. I definitely think it had something to do with the fact that our rank rating for this game was absolutely insane. It was bronze 1 to plat 3. I was also playing a hero that I was really confident playing, and Vixen in the past was also a Wrecking Ball player, so I feel like if we lost this game, it would have been really embarrassing. Regardless, with our first win of the day, we were happy and spirits were high. Game number 2 was support again. We decided to get some less confident heroes out of the way with Widow and Zenyatta on Rialto. Our worries with these two stemmed mostly from being easily countered or potentially dove by the enemy team, which is pretty much exactly what happened. Okay, they have a Winston. That might be a little bit difficult for me. Is dead. Nice shot. I might be dead. Unless Anna heals me. Ooh. Oh fuck. I'm dead. He jumped on me. I feel like I can make it work even if they have a Winston. And then just needs to leave the bubble. That's good. I know. Fuck! This. Whilst I felt quite powerful sniping people with my balls and shoving my feet in their faces, this game unfortunately ended in a loss. Damn! That was close. Winton was simply too strong and our comp couldn't quite hack it. Third game of the day and I was due to play tank. Okay. Okay. What tank do I play here? We went straight in on Diva and Lucio on Route 66. Two more heroes we both had little experience with. Now, I actually hadn't done my tank placements on this account yet, so I was curious to see how this would go. Not only because watching me play tank can be like watching a toddler learning to walk, but also because I didn't know what rank range the matches would be, as I hadn't even done tank placements on my main account yet. Despite the fact that Diva's been quite strong as of late, I often really struggle with her, finding that I use Matrix too much or when I don't need to. I just need to be wary of my Matrix usage, I think that's all. Oh no, I didn't have Matrix, I don't have enough Matrix for that. I can't seem to achieve the right balance between peel and aggression. Like their supports were free in the back and I can't get on them. I guess I don't need to, I don't know, I don't need to do that. I'm really struggling. Okay, Diva is so hard to play. What the fuck? And her flight can oftentimes feel hard for me to navigate. I literally find myself flying into enemies and losing them really easily.
Wait till you see me on my butt.
Matrix that? What? I fell off the high ground. Oh god, I've been slapped. Ah! Despite our best attempts here, this game was also a loss. This match felt quite difficult to me, especially with my Diva training wheels still on. I was never really sure where to position myself, where to dive, or when to do anything really. I just kind of felt lost. It just meant that next time I would have to try harder. I did get play of the game though, which was pretty sweet, but honestly, not much to write home about. With 2 losses and 1 win under our belt, I spun the wheel for the next game. Alright, DPS. It was now time to play Echo and Zenyatta on Midtown. Now, I love playing Echo and have been giving her a lot more attention this season. She feels quite versatile and really deadly when you're able to drop on people and hit the sticky beam wombo combo, especially on a bunch of squishies. So I was feeling really good about this. Vixen less so on Zen, but the comp was comping and I had zero doubt in my mind that we would lose. Someone on point again. I'll go deal with it.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Sombra.
Nice. Propaganda is useless.
Have you ever had a dream that you could do so you could.
Let's go! Lo and behold, whilst we were on defense, the enemy team never even made it to point, and we made quick work of them on attack. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. This guy wants to stay a team. Sorry, you won't like our team. You won't like our team. Trust me. When we start playing fucking bookie ass comps, you won't like our team. I queued up next for support and Vixen on tank, and we landed on Esperanza with Zarya and Lifeweaver. Lifeweaver was the only support on my list who was red. It's not necessarily because I don't know how to play him or because I thought we had no chance of winning with me on him. It was mostly because I think he's just kind of shit. I mean, no offense to Lifeweaver mains out there, Vixen even is a stellar Lifeweaver player who really makes his kit work, but in the wrong hands, aka me, he becomes nothing more than a glorified heal bot who really lacks the value of other kits. Personally, I have no real reason to pick Lifeweaver over another support. He has a little offensive power and using abilities such as Petal feel rather situational. Life Grip can be so incredibly useful in the right circumstances, but I often think to myself that when I grip, say, a tank out of the team fight, I deny them the space that they have just created. Plus, with a Lifeweaver on your team, it can often feel like an excuse to be overtly aggressive or overextend because you know that there's a Lifeweaver who can save you, which just leads to poor decision making and becoming too reliant on being saved. This, however, was not the case in this match, and we managed to win again. There was nothing truly remarkable about this game. I tried my best just not to heal bot, get a bit of damage in there, and try not to grip people who didn't need gripping, and it seemed to all work out okay in the end. I was just glad to not have to play Lifeweaver again. The following game, I played one of the heroes I was most dreading having to play in this whole challenge, but I knew I had to get him done or we would be here forever. I'm just knocking into everything. Being a distraction. I'm stuck. That wrong, but it's whatever. Okay, oh my god, I'm actually doing something. I've been slapped. Oh fuck. Get me out! Wait! What the fuck? Oh. I've been slapped again. Okay, nice. Oh my god, this is actually working. Oh my god. What the fuck? I've suddenly woken up. It's alright. Are we doing it? Am I doing it? Am I doing it? I fucking won a game of Wrecking Ball! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I had never felt so liberated in my life knowing that I would not have to play Wrecking Ball again in this challenge. In fact, I wouldn't have to play Wrecking Ball ever again. I knew that this fat little hamster would not haunt my dreams that night. I was honestly so shocked. Chat was shocked, we felt victorious, and still to this day I have zero clue how I managed to go 21-4 with 10,000 damage in that game. That is just, it still blows my mind. Feeling very proud of myself, we had a DPS game incoming on Iconwald with me on Torbjorn and Vixen on May. With Torb, I don't really know the good turret spots and I kind of suck with his aim, so I wasn't expecting to do very well here. I never felt like I was intentionally hitting my shots. Wait, watch this. Torbjorn gaming. There's actually no way. There's actually no way I got a pick doing that. Wait. And seemed a lot more like an accessory from my team than an actual participant in the game. I have molten gold! The turret's gonna kill him! The turret's gonna kill him! No, my god! It's Torbjorn! I think at the end of the day, Torbjorn just isn't for me, both in terms of kit, enjoyment, and playstyle, but regardless of this, we were able to add another win to our spreadsheet. On Junkertown next, I decided to try and complete my last red tank, which was Roadhog, with Vixen on Mercy. Okay, guys, we're going. What the fuck am I doing? Huge. I've done 400 damage. Venture. Okay. The first round was good. I was hitting some reasonable hooks. However, I don't know what it is about Hog that I found difficult. Perhaps it was a bad map for him, or maybe I was just playing into some good Hog counters, but I started to have a really tough time here, especially when the enemy team switched to Malo. That man lit me up like a goddamn piggy spit roast every time he so much as laid a single eyeball on me. No amount of healing or taking cover seemed to be able to save me. Oh, louder! Oh my god, I don't have many heals. And even when the enemy team switched to Orisa, I knew it was over. Guys, this Orisa just chasing me down! Fuck. Man, that was rough. That was really rough. My 8th game of the day was a DPS game on Ilios, and I decided to play it nice and simple with Cassidy and Venture for Vixen. Man with gun, can't go wrong with that, right? Besides, he's already a hero in my hero pool, so this was a very feasible win. You'll find that all of the games where I play heroes I regularly play are pretty unremarkable, but it's still nice to get an easy win here and there. Okay, this might be the easiest, well, I don't want to jinx it first, but because I'm playing Cass, like, I feel a lot more comfortable getting a win on Cass. Holy shit, did Vixen pop off though? Holy shit, this game, Vixen popped the fuck off. Especially for someone who had never played Venture. God damn. I'm doing so bad, oh my god. But you know who's not? Vixen on Venture? It's going crazy. 20-0, 22-0, that's mad. DPS was up again next, this time on Dorado with Junkrat, Sojourn, not so wombo combo. So I just played a green hero, so maybe I should play an orange hero like Junkrat, Reaper, Sombra, or Venture. Venture, Sombra, oh fuck, okay, I guess I can try Junkrat here. I find with Junk, I mostly end up spamming with no real objective, aim, or singular neuron in my brain. Someone's in the trap. Oh, that was sick. Oh my god, I'm in trouble. Bastion is low. Got 2. Got 3. This It's just pure bullshittery, so he can certainly be fun sometimes, but definitely not here. With no true hit scan on our team, our enemies quickly realized that they could just go Pharah and annihilate us, resulting in our inevitable demise. Oh, why did they have to go Pharah? Fuck you! I felt pretty useless here and kind of lost, to be honest. I'm not good enough on Junk to play against regular heroes, let alone his direct counters. So this game was really a miss for me, and I had to just hope that the next time I played Junkrat, the enemy team wouldn't instantly lock in Pharah. And of course, I had to take a quick kitty break to rejuvenate myself for the next few games. Here's Kitty. Monsieur Peanut. He's not happy. Peanut's the aggressive one. My other cat Jojo, I'm not sure where he is at the moment, but Peanut is the naughty one. He's the one that causes all the issues. He's the chunky one, you know. I think you can tell just by looking at his face that he is incredibly cheeky. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Isn't that right? He looks really unhappy. I'm gonna put him down. You know what time it is? It's time to tie my hair up because we're actually getting into some real business. I was so ready here to redeem myself on Diva, and Vixen was gonna back me up on Baptiste. I took everything I had learned from my first game on Diva and tried my best to apply that knowledge here at Shambali. Alright, I've already lost one game of Diva, so we have to win this. Yikes. Jinkies. Jinkies, Velma! Jinkies! Daphne? It's Velma that says Jinkies. Okay. He's one. Where the fuck is he? Huge. I'm going to go for Mercy. I ate your ball! Holy shit! And we won, hallelujah. Not because Diva is really strong or anything. Oh, and I got to play the game! This is my second Diva play of the game! Following on from a glorious tank victory, the wheel decided I was on a roll, and that I must play another tank. Oh, I have to play another tank! On King's Row, I decided it was Sigma time and Vixen went Ash for a nice little bit of poke action. At the time of doing this challenge, if you'd have asked me which tank I felt most comfortable playing, I definitely would have said Sigma. He's always felt like such a well-rounded, balanced and fun tank in my opinion, that whilst easy to pick up can be challenging to master. This game went well, bar a few hiccups, like attempting not to let Ryan hammer me down. I can't bounce the fucking balls around him, I'm trying, but it's really difficult. He's just walking on me. And having the occasional ult slept. I got fucking slapped. I span the wheel again, and surprise, you guessed it, another tank game. Yippee! At least I could console myself knowing that if we won, I would be one tank closer to not having to touch another tank again. We went with Ramacha and Brig for our penultimate game on Havana. Ram is a really strange tank for me. I don't dislike playing him, nor do I love playing him either. Yet like Sigma, he feels quite balanced, and his kit seems to flow quite nicely. Huge. Soldiers won. I blocked it. What the? What? No. That was powerful. Honestly, if I just walk on them, what the fuck are they gonna do? Run. Shit. Oh! That boop. There's no way. I'm fucking dealing with everyone. Oh my god, powerful. That was big. And finally, the last game of the day was DPS. We had to make it a good one and go out with a bang. So with a touch of Hanzo here and a little Cassidy there, we were prepared to win on Samoa. I play very little Hanzo due to him being a projectile hero and me notoriously not being good with, get this, projectile aim, which is why I marked him down as a red hero. But I was so ready to end the first day on a win. Oh, okay. Let me go on a little bit of a flanky flu. Oh my god, never mind. Oh my god, I'm so fucked. He's won. Send that straight through for it. Oh, okay. Okay. Nice. They've gone Hanzo now. Oh my god, here's one. I think it was because I was using my arrows. No way they win this though. Okay. Damn. Okay. Okay. Shit. This was yet again another W and another red hero complete. We ended day one with a fantastic win-loss ratio of 10-4, so just over a 71% win rate. But we still had 30 heroes remaining and some of the worst still yet to come. For the sake of not making this video a million minutes long, I'll start to condense down the days a little bit, since honestly, some games are not really worth talking too much about. So here we go.
It's all coming together.
Me and Lucio are in a 1v1 right now. Oh my god, I just missed on this Anna like 5 times. That was embarrassing. Oof. No fucking way. On day 2, we played a total of 15 games, with the final win-loss ratio of the day coming to 7 wins and 8 losses. Unfortunately, we didn't go positive this day, but we sure as hell did get some interesting results out of it. Concerning the losses of day 2, here were the heroes that we found ourselves in a bind with. Game 1, Venture and Widow on Busan. At the time of doing this challenge, I hadn't played a whole lot of Venture and wasn't really acquainted very well with their kit, and this issue was certainly exacerbated by heroes on the enemy team like Sombra and Zarya, who made it really difficult for me to get good value out of Venture. Oh fuck! They have a Sombra. Oh, for fuck's sake. I just got solo grabbed. Oh, this is rough. Okay, that's it. And it was probably a similar experience for Vixen, who had to play Widow into Genji, Sombra and Reaper at some point. Game number 4 was Hog and Lifeweaver on Samoa. This was the second Roadhog game I'd had to play in the challenge thus far, and honestly, the game was quite close in the end. However, I just kept missing my hooks and just being an embarrassment, really. Yeah.
Nope.
By absolutely fucking everything, right?
Nope. Nope.
Game number 6 was Brig and Reaper on New Queen Street. Now, I think this game was a matter of me being a slight Brig noob, because although I had some experience playing Brig in the past, it wasn't nearly enough to win this game. In fact, after watching this gameplay back after picking up Brig more recently, makes me cringe a little bit. Like, what was I doing? Oh my god! Oh my god, the whole team was in there. Oh my god. a bit too late. I don't know what to do. Games 8 and 15 were both Widow games for me, with Vixen playing Mercy and Sigma respectively on Hollywood and Circuit Royale. I had to play Widow twice, and it certainly won't be the last time either. Far from it, actually. And although I main Ashe on DPS, I feel like Widow just aims really differently, and I've always found it hard to hit my shots with her. It's not one shot, one kill for me. It's 45 shots, one kill. Likewise, unless you have really good positioning and game sense and can take on your counters head to head, Widow is really easily susceptible to dive, obviously, which I couldn't handle the pressure of at times. When the enemy team were going Winston, Genji, Reaper, although I was being pocketed, sometimes it was just too much for me to handle. I will let the clips speak for themselves, okay, because this is not my best performance. Please don't judge me. Thank you very much. Oh god, I've gone over. Oh my god. I can't hit any shots. Oh my god, I just can't do it. I have 700 damage. Oh. No, I fucking matter in my fucking reticle. Fucking, I'm getting widow devved! Walking back from Spawn Simulator. Game number 9 was Genji and Ana on Lijiang Tower. It's Genji though. I knew it would be bad, and there's quite literally nothing I can say to defend my budding career as a Genji player because I am complete dog water at this hero, okay? I have to be completely honest. He's just not my cup of tea. He's not my hero. He's not really the type of hero that I enjoy playing. Game number 13 was Orisa and Ana on King's Row. Admittedly, Orisa always seems like an easy tank to pick up and play, and for the most part she was during this challenge. I just think that this particular game of Orisa wasn't really it. It was super winnable, but in the end I think we were just unlucky. Game number 11 was Reaper and Echo on Numbani. This was actually a close one. In fact, we nearly full held the enemy team on defense, but they eventually out-ulted us and the match kind of snowballed from there.
Get over here!
What the? Why did I get dragged in here?
No, it's just asleep. Just don't know.
Sorry. The next game after this was also a DPS game, and considering how close this one was, I figured we would have more success this time if we just tried again. So we did go again with the same DPS combo, this time just on Ilios, and thus came the wins.
Thank you. Destructible railing then.
Where was we? I bet on the blue horse. Alright, I'm going. Messi's in that corner. Holy fuck. Oh! I find it funny Meow for heals is on fucking Doomfist. It's like the last thing that you'd expect. Day 3 was more successful in some ways and more earth-shatteringly disappointing in others. That was fucking ass! We ended the day with 7 wins and 5 losses, which seems great. However, consider, I play Widow and Genji again, and I receive all losses again. But let's start with the good news first, the wins. Game 2, we played Kiriko and Hog on Samoa. This was nice and easy. Main objective, keep Vixen alive on Hog, especially if the other team went Anna, which they did. I suppose the only downside to playing and winning on any heroes that I'm good with is not being able to play them later when things get tough. We managed to get 2 wins in a row, with the next game being Orisa and Illari on Midtown. And I have to say, I felt pretty invincible on Orisa. It's not often I say this, but I actually had fun playing her. Please just look at our Torbjorn though. This guy was actually insane, and not in a good way. How? Oh my god! His 0-5 was 600 damage. I mean, not that it matters because we're winning, but like...
He kept standing next to the fire truck, and of course he'd pop out and Widow would just shoot him.
Game number 5 was Mercy and Winston on Oasis. Playing Mercy is so chill for me. It feels like it has the equivalent effect on my brain that those fruit sensory videos have on babies. You know the ones I'm talking about, where the fruit like dance around? Yeah, those. Obviously, playing Mercy can be intense sometimes, especially if you're constantly being targeted or chased, but I was lucky enough to avoid that here and gain another sweet victory. Game number 6 was May and Torb on King's Row. May on King's Row kind of just feels like a classic, you know, it's the old wall, the tank off in the choke strat. I do have a bastion, but...
Poor guy.
He's walled, he is walled, we gotta kill him, we gotta fucking... This whole game was just really intense. Like, I'm pretty sure for the last 5 minutes, every part of my body that could pucker was puckered.
Really?
Oh my god. Don't want that soldier to be acting too up there. I'm gonna go get him. This is very intense. Oh my god! The blizzard! The blizzard! Look at this bitch! Oh my god! Oh my god, there's actually no way. How the fuck did we win that? Game 9 was Winston and Anna on Route 66. Monkey! I was quite worried about playing Winston, primarily because I thought that I would have to spend the whole game getting hard counted. Thankfully though, that didn't really happen. It also really helped having Vixen on Anna supporting me from the backline as well. Game 11 was Anna and Junker Queen on Runasapi. Anna's one of my most played heroes to date, so going into this I felt super optimistic and really confident. Even if Vixen was slightly concerned about having to play Junker Queen, I still felt like we would win. He's asleep. Do not. Oh! He's asleep. There's a call. Chasing me. I need help. Game 12 was Genji and Soldier on Lijiang Tower. Oh my god, surprise, surprise! The last game of the day, I finally get a win on Genji. Not before losing 2 games though. 2 very embarrassing games actually. And these games were game number 7, where Vixen was playing Rhine on Esperanza, and game 10, where Vixen was playing Soldier on Suravasa. Guys, give me as much advice as you can on how to play Genji, because you're about to see some of the worst Genji gameplay you've ever seen in your entire life. Okay. I should fight that so bad. Oh my god. Oh, who am I looking at? No one. No one. We Ajaxed. Okay, I just got sucked off. Okay. The rest of the losses included the first game of the day. I know, a loss. It sets the tone, but oh well. In this match, we played Soldier and Ilari on Hollywood. The enemy team had an Echo who was just dominating us during this game. She was really slippery, constantly flanking and just getting away with it most of the time. Even on Soldier, I was having difficulty dealing with her, so I think we can admit defeat by skill differential here. Oh my god! There's no fucking way, dude. This Echo is just infuriating. Mercy,
Hello?
but I'm...
Hi.
Oh my god. We gotta take the high ground, surely. Game 4 was Widow and Sombra on Havana. Another Widow game, another loss. I mean, are we even surprised at this point? It's getting old. Every time I played Widow in this challenge, I did get a little better with my aim, but I definitely lost a portion of my soul trying to battle off my Winston, Sombra, Genji, Venture, Reaper demons. Where is that Sombra? How am I missing that? Oh god. Woo! Thank you. And Venture! Oh my fuck. I'm so screwed. Bruh. I feel like I'm so screwed. No! I have to play Widow again!
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Game 8 was Ilari and Reaper. Now, this was actually the first game of this challenge where we weren't the throwers on our team. Our Roadhog seemed like he was purposefully deranking or throwing for whatever reason. However, we actually discovered that our tank was a brand new player. His career profile told us that he had never played competitive before. So, you know, I can't hate the player. Everybody has to start somewhere, right? It just so happened that during this challenge, he ended up having to play with us as his first competitive game. I think this is his first time playing Overwatch competitively. I'm sorry. So he's actually trying. Yeah, he is. He's legit. It's different. Everybody has to learn. Like, everybody has to learn how to play. And it's just unlucky that I guess this is one of the games we get, but... Day 4 was the penultimate day of the challenge, in addition to being the longest and most monumental one at that, because by the end of the stream we had racked up a whopping 12 wins, accompanied by only 5 losses. So that meant 17 games total and only a handful of heroes left. Since there were only 5 losses to discuss, let's assess those first. Game 3, Bastion and Hanzo on Eichenwald. From this point on, the losses felt as if they were less embarrassing, bar the Widow games of course. Less about our own skill on the characters themselves, and more about the team play, dynamics and compositions. I mean, this game was a prime example. On defense, we stopped the enemy team from pushing the payload all the way to the final point, but on attack we could barely even scratch the surface of their defense, not even being able to push past the choke. In fact, the other players even mirrored our comp and just used it far more effectively than we could as a team. Game 5, which was Widow and Diva on Rialto, and Game 7, which was Widow and Farah on New Junk City. You know, going into this, I thought the Wrecking Ball would be my arch nemesis, but it was actually Widow. I already had 4 losses on her, and I really just wanted to get her out of the way and done with, but now that we were narrowing down the amount of heroes we had left to play, spinning the wheel was becoming quite precarious, and the worst remaining hero option was just calling out to me. My worst remaining is Widow. So I had to play Widow on what could possibly be the worst map ever to play her on for me with my skill with Widow on the worst map on New Junk City with Widow with me playing her. Yeah, I just got pinned. Like there's only so much I can do. Their team comp is horrendous for me to play into. I can't do anything. This is so bad. I'm gonna get reported after this game. I'm never doing that again. And the last two games, which were Game 11, Briggs Sombra on Havana, and Game 14, Venture Ramatra on Busan. These last two losses were kind of nothing burger games, so it's not worth spending too much time analysing, besides acknowledging that the more we played these heroes, the better we were getting at playing them. Game 14 we also had a lever, but we decided to have it count towards our losses because, I mean, we had already played like 90% of that game with a full team, so it felt like it would be a bit cheeky to discount it. Dude, get the fuck off the point. I mean, my grip. No way! The life weaver gripped me into that fucking bomb. Are you serious? Now, not trying to flex with all these wins or anything, but there are quite a lot to get through. Game number 2, which was Tracer and Reaper on Esperanza. Despite their DPS going Cass, Hanzo or Torb, I was able to do quite a considerable amount on Tracer here, and before this challenge I'd been practicing Tracer quite a bit, so I was pretty chuffed with myself for being able to play into some of the counters that I had had difficulty with whilst practicing Tracer. Here in HP.
I didn't mean to confuse how players, so when they tried to do the combo, I pulled them through them.
Yeah. It's behind us. I like who's won. Oh my god, he's still won.
Boom!
Oops! What the fuck was that? Oh my god. I completely flubbed that, but... Zoning? Game number 6 was Roadhog and Kiriko on Antarctic Peninsula. Having already lost twice on Hog, now was my chance to rectify my past mistakes, using the knowledge of all the past me's who've played Hog, like the Avatar does, you know, when he gets all their memories and shit, in order to get this win on Hog. It had to be done. It had to be done. Oh, he's stuck in the trap. We're playing the game! I think this was right at the end.
Oh, that poor fucker.
Yeah. Good night, Moira. And then Mercy tried to come through the... she tried to come through the fucking the sim portal. Game 10 was Ashe and Genji on Paraiso. I already play a lot of Ashe, so I was excited to finally be able to play her after not being able to play her for like 4 days. It feels so good to play Ashe. Oh my god, I haven't played her this whole challenge yet. My baby. Yippee! Game 12 was Widow and Ryan on King's Row. Quite literally the moment we had all been waiting for. 6 losses later, and this was it. The stress levels were high. The map was goated. I was prepared to be carried by Vixen on Rhine, or I would have been seeing a padded room in my near future. Lol. Coming away. It's happening. Is it happening? We did it! We did it! I finally got the Widow win. This marked the end of all of my red heroes, aka the heroes that I had rated most difficult, so I could rest easy knowing I wouldn't have to put up with being harassed by gorillas, mole people, and stinky edgelords anymore. Game 13 was Junker Queen and Junkrat on Runa Sapi. I have one word and one word only for this game. Powerful. Honestly. Special delivery. What the fuck? What happened to the team? Look at the stats, bro. Look at the queen stats. 31 and 4, 12,000 damage. Now, some of the less notable wins of day 4 included Game 1, which was Junkrat and Tracer on Ilios, Game 4, which was Doomfist and Lifeweaver on Numbani, Game 8, which was Sombra and Lucio on New Queen Street, Game 9, Ilari and Hanzo on Gibraltar, Game 15, which was Zarya and Sombra on Midtown. Totally not going to mention the fact that the other team had a lever, and that's totally not why we won. Game 16, which was Malga and Mercy on Circuit Royale, and Game 17, which was Soldier and Diva on Blizzard World. All in all, an incredibly successful day with some of our most worrisome characters out of the way. However, our hero pool was getting smaller and smaller and smaller, with only a limited number of good hero combinations left to play with. And with that in mind, we were left pondering, how many games would it take on our final day to finish all of this? No, bring this one. Got two. It's over! Oh my god! We did it! Holy shit! Finally we had done it. With only 4 heroes each to complete, we played 7 games with 4 wins and 3 losses. And oh boy, it felt so good. We were worried for a game or two, thinking we'd be stuck on Venture Farah forever, but we pulled through in our final game. The other heroes included Brig, Bastion and Symmetra for me, and Orisa, Ramatra and Sigma for Vixen. So, what did we learn from all of this? The first thing is that forcing a pick absolutely sucks. But it does help you learn. You know, after playing game after game of Widow into so many of her counters without being able to swap, I eventually began to change up the way I was playing. Even though one-tricking is kind of frowned upon, it was actually pretty useful here when you're forced to learn and to adapt to heroes, maps, and compositions. The second thing is that I'm actually no longer afraid to play tank anymore. I play tank semi-regularly now, both in quick play and competitive, and honestly have a newfound appreciation for the role. In fact, even Diva, who I found extremely tough to play at first, was one of my most played heroes like last season or the season before. The third thing is that I should never play Genji ever again. On a real note though, there are loads more heroes I actually choose to play now more often than before, like Brig, Mei, and Venture, just to name a few. And the fourth thing, kind of unrelated to the challenge itself, but I learned to video edit, yay! It took me like 3.5 months to make this video because I had never done anything like it before, and I'm honestly really glad I did. I wanted to challenge myself, and even when things got in the way, like I was sick for a bit and then I lost motivation and life generally just happened, I persevered. And it may not be perfect, but I'm super happy with it. So when I want to make another video in the future, hopefully it will take half the amount of time it did to make this one. And I definitely will be making more, but not as long as this one though. No way. No way. So if you've made it this far, thank you. I'm extremely grateful. And feel free to check out my Twitch in the meantime. So until the next video, thank you so much and bye bye.